Shalom, family. It's your brother LaHabroy. To my right, I got my brother
Chiskaya.
That's right. We coming at you again. Another Sunday Heat topic. No good in whoredom. What we do for love. All right. We already know as a people. All right. We supposed to be living by these laws. We supposed to be discreet. All right. We supposed to follow an order when it comes to things. And when you go outside that order, you can end up, and especially when it comes to dealing with women, you can end up in whoredom. So, you know how people say today, but I'm in love. Oh, that's my sister. That's this and that's that. But you sinning for them.
Right. Now,
does that
trim your ways for love?
To seek love. Exactly, my friend. Until you hit it on the head every time. All right. So we're going to go into our first three verses. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 4.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 4. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
That's right. The Most High God has commanded you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to keep his precepts, his laws diligently. So this is not an option. This is an obligation. You will keep his laws, or you will suffer the consequences. Those are your options. Let's take that to the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 104.
For the Psalms, chapter 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way.
That's right. Through these laws, when you start to follow these laws, these statutes, these commandments, these precepts, you start to gain wisdom, understanding, discernment. Okay. And with that understanding, you're supposed to hate every false way. You hate pagan Christianity. You're supposed to hate the fact that our people sin on a massive scale, no repentance. You're supposed to hate Sunday church, people not resting on the Sabbath. All right. Let's take that to the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 128.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 128. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way.
That's right. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. So from left to right, Genesis to Revelations, including the Apocrypha, we know that if it's in these scriptures, it is wisdom. It is your knowledge. You're supposed to be learning from it. And it is right. All right. Everything that we need to know is in these scriptures. All right. So if we know everything we need to know is in these scriptures, then we cannot go contrary to the Lord and love the things that he hates. We're supposed to double down on hating it. We hate birthdays. We hate pagan Christianity. We hate Easter, Valentine's Day, all these things that drag us down into the muck and make us a non-set apart people. All right. Let's take that to our actual topic of what we're talking about, the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth.
Set your affection on things above, not on the things of this earth. All right? Even if it's people, don't put your affection towards it. Read.
For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscences, in covetousness, which is idolatry.
All of this is idolatry because it goes against the order, the joy, the will of the Lord. So if you put anything over the Lord, that is idolatry. All right. It says mortify your members. You're supposed to dead that sin. Kill it. Kill off that old man. Kill that sin. The thought in your mind, man, old girl over there, she look good. Man, I'm about to give me a piece of that. No. Kill it. Kill that thought. It's done. All right. That, oh man, I'm hungry. You know, go good right now. Some ribs, some pork ribs. Ooh-wee. No. Dead it. Kill it. All right. Read on.
For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience, in which ye also walked, sometime when ye lived in them.
Exactly. When we live in inordinate affections, some brothers might like brothers. Some sisters might like sisters. That's inordinate affection. At the end of the day, we know that we're supposed to be denying all these sexual desires, all of these sins. Uncleanliness is what it is. All right? You agree?
I agree.
All praises. Let's take that to Deuteronomy chapter 23, 17 and 18.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abominations unto the Lord thy God.
Exactly. Bro, you want to expound on that?
Essentially, let's just start at 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. So, you sisters, you should not be out here giving your body to any old brother who you meet just because they're proclaiming to be Israelites. All right, just because they seem to be talking a good talk. You definitely should not be doing that with any men out there in the world. You shouldn't be doing things to try and cause stumbling blocks, because let's be honest, sisters, when we look through the scriptures, and this is not me speaking, it's not my brother speaking, we see right here where the Most High God said that sin entered into the world due to who, bro?
Woman.
A woman, right? So many of our ancestors have fallen because of what?
Women.
What happened to Samson?
Lust of the other nation.
What happened with who you gonna call it? He took the Hittite's wife.
Oh, King David.
King David, right? King David. King David, where did he fall?
Yeah, he ended up falling for that.
All right. So this is something that continues to happen, and it's a lot of times because we have women out here and they're not being modest. Okay, now we gotta look at it here. Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. You men, you're not supposed to be out here doing the things that the Most High God calls abominations. Men laying with men. Okay, that makes you a sodomite. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow. For even both these are abominations unto the Lord. Essentially, you cannot call yourself a true repentant Israelite, man or woman, and you're still partaking in that type of behavior. You can't be a whore in this truth. You can't do things and have sexual concupiscences, all of these different lusts of your flesh while still proclaiming to be a chosen, a true Israelite. That's basically what they're saying. You have any?
No, I just wanted to add on. To verse 18. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore. So you men out there, or even you women, because we know men can be whores.
Yeah.
All right. Or the price of a dog. These other nations. All right. It says, into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow. You cannot mingle with these people.
Can't marry them.
You can't marry them. You should not be making any promises to them. You should not be mingling with any of these people in a sexual, flirtatious, strong cucumbers, any type of scenario. It's a no-go. Agree?
I agree.
All right. Let's take that to the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 14.
All right.
Dorian, we building up to our example, y'all.
Hosea 4 and 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that doth not understand shall fall.
I ain't gonna lie, this scripture hits me every time. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. Why? Because we are separated from God. God said he chastised his children. He chastised who he loved, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It says, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. Not only are we talking about physical adultery here, but if you are a man or a woman worshiping any other God, you are in the midst of adultery. You're cheating on the Lord. You're married to him. You've already made an agreement and married him through your ancestors centuries ago. All right. He says, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. They become joined one to another. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall. Just like Leviticus 5 and 17, Proverbs 5 and 23 tells us. Just because you didn't know, don't mean that you're not guilty. All right? You will fall if you mingle yourselves with these types of people, these whores and whoredoms.
You're absolutely right, man.
All praises. Now, let's take that to the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 4, verse 13.
Chapter 4.
So what we're getting around to saying here is that we already know we ain't supposed to be mingling or getting ourselves involved in whoredom, whether you be man or whether you be woman. All right. The title of this today is No Good in Whoredom, What We Do for Love. The fact of the matter is, a lot of us, especially as men, we hold women to a very high regard. We're willing to kill, steal, hurt, all types of things for women. But what does the scripture say about women in this regard? Let's read it. 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 13.
Then the third, who had spoken of woman and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak.
Zerubbabel is talking about women and the truth.
O ye men, it is not great. It is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is a wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women?
That's something to ponder on right there, right? We already know, as the congregation of Israel, we talking about men. We know the men make the decisions.
Right.
We know that the men are in authority. We know that we're supposed to rule our women, obviously have them in subjection, but deal with them according to the law, right? And the law tells you we're supposed to be gentle, right? Kind, right?
Treat them like the church.
Treat them like the church, right? Treat them like how Christ would treat the church, right? Read.
Women have borne that the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land.
So women have a very important role. Without women, there is no people, right?
Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards. From whence the wine cometh, these also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without woman cannot men be.
So the women are what? Our strong defense. They look after us. They care for us. Correct? So this would explain a lot of the reasons why a lot of men hold our women to such a high regard, right?
Right.
Read on.
Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
So if we gathering money, what am I gathering money for? What are we bringing back the spoils from work for? Right? I'm not bringing it back for you, bro. I'm bringing it back for my wife, for the women, for my children, my daughters. Right? Read.
And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever?
So the beauty of a woman has made many a mighty man fall. Is that not what that's saying?
It is.
Right. And we already know we can precept that with, I'm a butcher it. So I'm a butcher it, so I'm not gonna bring it up. But we already know you ain't supposed to gaze upon a woman. What does it say? Sit with a beautiful woman or a singer, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Read.
A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country.
So you've given up everything for your wife, right? You forsake your mother, your father, It's time for you to start your own, right? For your wife. You're doing this for her love, right?
But this also, ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
Do you not labor and toil? And when I bring home my paycheck, I bring home so my wife can fix up the house, make me garments, make me food. All right? She's my, I don't want to say caretaker, but my helpme.
That's what God calls it.
That's what the Most High God calls him, right? Read it.
Yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women.
Those last two scriptures right there, bro. I'm gonna read it one more time, bro. Yeah. It says, "Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother." Sorry. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. You're losing your mind. Oh, this woman's driving me crazy. Oh, I can't take it. It's like living with a what's the precept of the scripture? Better is to live in a house, in a corner of a roof than to live with a contentious woman. Exactly. It says, and become servants for their sakes. For their sakes, because I want to take care of my wife, because I love her, because I have high regard for her, or even your sister, in some of you single men's cases. I mean, I know plenty of people. I mean, you can watch it on the news on a daily basis. Oh, you messing with my sister? I'm gonna kill you, bro. Yeah.
We as a men, we're naturally overprotective over women, whether they belong to us or not. There's not many men out here who will just allow certain things to happen to a female on their watch. So taking that all into account, in a way, we kind of do become a slave to women. All right. What is the one thing that a man spends most of his time trying to do? As when he gets to that age of a man, right?
He wants to impress.
He wants to impress a woman. He wants a family. He wants a wife. All right. He's looking for that partner.
That's right. Exactly.
So in doing so, a lot of times our men happen to fall short on certain things.
Right.
All just trying to impress a woman.
Appease a woman. Right. So we already know if you put in anything, if you put in your mother, your father, your wife, your children, anything over what the Lord told you to do, what are you in? Idolatry. You're in idolatry. And especially if you are following after other gods in that process, not only are you in idolatry, you're in adultery. You are cheating on the Lord because you're putting something over him. Remember, don't forget, you are married to the Lord. All right. So now this is going into our main point of today. Genesis chapter 34. We're reading the whole chapter, y'all. All right. Did you have something you want to bring out?
Yeah. Can you go to Luke 14 and 26? I just wanted to read this just to confirm more of what my brother just brought out. Because nothing is supposed to ever trump the Most High.
Right.
I don't care who it is, what it is. The Most High comes first in everything that we're supposed to do. And if you're not willing to put him first and you're not willing to sacrifice things or people to do so, there's really not going to be much of a conversation you'll be able to have with him. All right. He's going to turn his back on you because you're turning your back on him. So bring that out, Luke 14 and 26.
The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
So essentially, it has nothing to do with hating per se. It's just being willing to understand that I'm not going to trim what I know I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to stop following after the Most High God. I'm not going to stop trying to be like Christ for you. For you, for you, for you. No, you have to be willing to put that to the side to follow after God, especially if those people are not following the Most High the way you are trying to follow after the Most High.
Right.
There are people who literally will, prime example, right? We have a lot of people out here we talk to on camp, and especially when the holidays come around, we will sit there and teach them, hey, listen, you know you're not supposed to keep this holiday, right? Let me show you in the scriptures where the Most High God commands us not to keep it. Oh, brother, man, you know I gotta do it for the kids, man.
Right. Oh, Valentine's Day coming up, bro, man. You know I gotta get something for the missus, bro.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
But God is telling you not to do it, but you're doing it because you're putting these other people before him. You can't be a disciple. You can't be saved. All right. You can't receive mercy. You can't receive grace. Okay. Because you're choosing yet again another thing over God. And hasn't our people done that enough?
That's the only thing they've ever done.
Haven't we suffered enough? I just wanted to bring that out, man, because what you said.
All praises. Right on the point, bro. All right. So no matter if it's for man or for women, but right now we showing, oh, I'm sorry, that's Genesis 34. Genesis 34, okay. 1 through 31. Please. Yes. Right now, so we diving into our example now, right? We diving into our example. You know what? We just gonna read it and then we gonna analyze as we go. All right. The book of Genesis, chapter 34, verses 1 through 31.
And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
So, Dinah, all right, the sister of the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, not 12 tribes, the 12 brothers of Israel, Dinah went out mingling among the Hamites, all right, seeing the other daughters of the Hamites, right, and she saw Shechem, right? Shechem, the son of Hamor, right? And he took her and laid with her, right? Defiled her, made her unclean,
right?
Right. So we already know, was she even supposed to lie with him?
Nope.
No, she wasn't. It's not her nature, right? Let's continue to read.
And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
He brought foolishness, sin, into Israel, because he took their sister and he defiled her, made her unclean, gave her a bad reproach. Did he not? Right? Okay. Let's read. They're wrong. They're angry. All right. What? You right with who? What? All right. Let's go.
And hold on. I'm lost.
Verse 8.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her him to wife.
What we do for love. Oh man, I know this wasn't right. Well, I know we already fornicated. I know she's already defiled. Man, my heart, my soul, it long for her. I want her. Please allow me to marry your sister. Read.
And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you.
What?
And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get ye possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife.
So what is he saying right now? He's saying
he gonna do anything for this woman.
I will give you anything. What type of dowry? Thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You name it.
You name it, and I'll give it to you. Well, what does Deuteronomy 7, 1 through 5 tell us, bro? Matter of fact, let's go to Joshua chapter 23.
Right.
Let's go to we coming right back here, y'all. But we're going to Joshua 23, 12 and 13.
Wait, 12 and 13 or 1 and 13?
12 and 13, my friend.
Okay.
We're coming right back, y'all. But yeah, Joshua 23, 1 and 13.
The book of Joshua, chapter 23, and verse 12. Else, if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. Know for a certainty.
Know for what?
A certainty.
Certainty.
That the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord your God have given you.
So if we go into these other nations, the Lord said, know for certainty they will scourge you. You're going to be punished. You will perish.
Right.
Let's take that to Tobit, chapter 4, 12 and 13. Tobit.
Book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12.
So hard to find.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe, for we are the children of the prophets. No, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Of their own kindred. You ain't supposed to be marrying no other nation. You got 3 blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to choose from. I mean, all the most beautiful ones on the world. What you going to Ammon for?
We have the women that the other nations want.
What you going to Ammon for? Ammon, Edom, Elam. What are you going to there for?
Right.
Not like you can't find a beautiful woman in your own kindred. Read.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. Now, therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
Don't despise your people by not taking a wife. But I love her. I know she Edom. I love her though. And the woman says, well, I know he's a Hamite. I know he's Edom, but I love him. I want him. I'll do anything. Name your price. Is that not what they're going through right here?
Yeah.
Read.
For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
The Lord calls this lewdness. Lewdness. It's unclean. It's unholy.
Right.
It's not righteous. Matter of fact, to really drive this point home, that was 2 precepts. Deuteronomy chapter 7, 1 through 5. Just to drive this home. I'll read it for you, bro. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land, whether thou goest to possess it, and hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites. We're literally talking about the Hivites right now in Genesis 34. And the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Didn't Shechem and Hamor literally just tell Jacob and his brothers, hey, come on, let's trade our siblings, you know what I'm saying? Not siblings, our kinmen.
Yeah.
Kinmen and women. Mm-hmm. Come on, let's join nations.
They're trying to make a deal.
Let's make a deal. Everything you got, I got. Okay, Mikasa Sukasa, let's do it, right?
Just let me have your daughter.
Let me have your daughter. That's all he wants.
Please.
It says, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. And if you serve other gods, you're in idolatry as well, adultery. Because you already made a promise to the Most High God to serve him. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn the graven images with fire. Man, it really sounds like the Lord said in quite a few places, don't mess with them.
You're going to die.
You're going to die. Don't touch them at all. And I mean, look at how many other examples. King Solomon. Didn't he fall for this exact reason?
Yep.
Let's take it back to Genesis.
Look at Genesis chapter 34, verses 11. And Shechem said unto her father, my apologies. All right, verse 14.
Oh, 13.
Oh, 13, okay. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor, his father, deceitfully and said, because he had defiled Dinah, their sister. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us.
Right.
But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do this thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein for the land. Behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us, for to dwell with us to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent with them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of the city, and every male was circumcised. All that went out of the gate of his city.
So we already know from the law. And it's not like the brothers don't know this. It's not like they don't know that they're not allowed, according to the law, to be with these groups of people.
What we're seeing, brothers and sisters, is what we would call a modern day finesse. They're trying to finesse their way into dealing with these people,
right,
knowing that they're not supposed to. But they feel, well, if they're one of us, brother, is it really a problem?
Hold that thought, my friend, because about to take a turn. About to take a turn.
All right.
Verse 25.
And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore.
All the men, they just all got circumcised. All in one day. I ain't gonna lie, pretty honorable. But that covenant, that promise wasn't meant for them. It wasn't meant for the son of Ham. It was meant for the sons of Shem, of Abraham.
Right.
Correct? So I mean, it has no pertainment unto them. Correct?
Nope.
All right. They're stored. All right.
And it came to pass on the third day when they were sore that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi.
Simeon and Levi, we already know what that's the so-called Haitians today and the Dominicans, right? Yeah.
Dinah's brethren took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out.
You see how no good comes from whoredom? You see, a whole city was slain, all right, because of these brothers' wrath. A whole city slain. Because our sister wanted to lie with a strange nation. What we do for love, we have erred for love. We've sinned, and we've caused other men and nations to perish for their love. No good has come from this whoredom. Let's read.
And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses, and that was which in the city, and that was in the field. And all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and Perizzites. And I, being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house.
And verse 31, read that out loud.
And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot?
Cold-blooded. Simeon and Levi, straight up. Are we going to allow him to deal with our sister as if he dealt with a harlot? No. He got that payment back. They got it back in blood. That was not righteous. All right, flat out. That was not righteous. And you can see through the blessing that they got from Jacob, they were punished for that very reason. Right. Genesis chapter 49, verse 5 through 9. 5 through 9, please.
39?
49.
Oh, 49.
Shucks.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 5. Simeon and Levi, brethren, instruments of cruelty.
Instruments of cruelty. Sorry, I had to let you know straight up. Because they straight up, the dudes was even trying to be honorable, bro. I pay you what you want. All right.
They really violated.
Yeah, I'll pay you what you want, bros. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get them circumcised. All right, even though I know that don't even pertain to my nation. And they came through and slew everybody. Took the women, the children, the sheep, the oxen, took the gold, took everything. They're instruments in cruelty in this regard. Let's read.
Man. Simeon and Levi, brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor. Be not thou united. But in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall.
They destroyed a whole city. A whole city. Whose job is to do that?
The Most High.
The Most High, the Lord.
Belongs to the Most High.
Vengeance belongs to him, as we about to read in our next precept. But what I'm saying here is, we cannot reward others' actions with violence. Right. That's just not the case. What we do for love, the only love that you should be fighting for is the Lord's love. 1 John 5 and 3 love. That's the love that you should be fighting for. That's the love that you should be doing things for. Okay?
That's the type of love that's going to get you blessed.
That's the love that's going to get you blessed. Let's read.
Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
And look at, I'm just saying, look at our brothers and sisters now. I don't know if you guys watch the news. Haiti is going through it. It's a full-blown war. They've been talking about invading Haiti for years now, granted. But now they're actually seeking to assassinate every one of their rebel leaders. The whole city is in chaos. The whole township, the whole island is in chaos. Look at the Dominican Republic. These guys are brothers. They can't even get along together.
Constantly at battle with one another.
Constantly at battle.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he.
No, we're good. The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 22.
You didn't want to read 8 and 9?
You want to read about yeah, if you want to.
Okay, we only went to 5.
Yeah, 5 through 9. Oh, shoot.
Wait, we didn't read that.
Oh, I meant 5 through 7. My bad, people. I'm sorry. Read it. Go ahead. That's not much edification. Let's do it.
Verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
You know, you want to expound it or me?
Go ahead, man.
I got you. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. So Judah, the tribe of Judah, is really supposed to be on top of the game, right?
Right.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. But you know what's crazy? We know that the so-called blacks in America is supposed to be the tribe of Judah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we the most downtrodden, killed ones out of all of them.
Really?
And you know what it goes to show you? Wasn't one of the things of King David that the sword shall never leave his house? Yeah. Kind of fits right along with that, huh? Well, it contradicts this because we are not what? Honoring the agreement that we're supposed to be a part of. You got something?
No, that's it. Yeah, all I wanted. That's perfect.
Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 22.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord.
But wait on the Lord. Simeon and Levi were completely wrong in this. Would they say, oh, we're going to let them deal with our sister as he dealt with a harlot? Nah, we're going to get it back in blood. No.
Basically.
No.
Perfect word choice. Get it back in blood. Isn't that something all people love to say?
Yeah. That's something they love to say.
You do something to me, I got to do something right back to you.
Exactly.
That's how you know that this is speaking about our people, man. Like it's like the scripture says, like, there's nothing new under the sun. The way we moving now is the same way we was moving back then.
That's right.
And as you can see, it was a problem then, and it's still a problem now.
That's right. Say not thou, I'll recompense evil, but wait on the Lord. Hey, you know, I'm a man just like anybody else, and I love my wife, and I love my daughters, and I love all my sisters. All right? But truly, when somebody trespasses against them, offends them, we got to allow the Lord to do his work. We got to have that meekness, that lowliness, that understanding, that soberness of mind to avoid those thoughts of violence. I mean, if we violent, then we're better than our brother Esau, who coveted lands and taken them by violence.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, no better.
If I can we precept that with Romans 12?
I'm going there. The book of Romans, chapter 12.
Start at 16.
Verse 16. And if the ears shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? What are you reading? You said I'm in Corinthians. Sorry about that.
Oh, good, brother, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind, one towards another.
Mm-hmm.
Mind not high things,
right,
but condescend to men of low estate.
Mm-hmm.
Be not wise in your own conceits.
these brothers was wise in their own conceits, right? They already had it made up in their mind what they was gonna do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Literally why they said they responded to them deceitfully. 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Just Israelite, man.
Of all men.
So that means that these other nations of people would fall right into that, right? All men. Okay. And it said recompense no evil for evil. Be honest. The scripture specifically said they was what? Deceitful. The Most High put that there for a reason. Let's read.
If it be possible. If it be possible. I always like to reiterate that if. If it be possible. As much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Why does the Most High tell us that? Are we ever supposed to hate anybody?
No.
Are we even supposed to hate Esau?
No.
What the scripture says, do not abhor who?
And Edomite, for he is your brother.
Okay, keep going.
19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written.
For it is written. That means that joint is law. Like that joint is, you might as well just
dust your feet.
It is there. All right. You ain't got to worry about it. Read.
Vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
So y'all don't think that with the foulness that these brothers did upon this sister of Israel, that the Most High wouldn't have handled it had Reuben and Simeon allowed the Most High, Simeon and Levi allowed that to happen? They were what? They were hasty, right? Did they cleave unto the Most High at this point in time? What do we see in Ecclesiasticus 2? Matter of fact, I'm sorry, we got to go there now. Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. No, we're going to come right back to it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. Just a specific one I want to bring out just for clarity. Because I want y'all to see something. What is it? Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. Verse 14.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience.
What does woe mean?
Death and destruction. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
So what these brothers have essentially done is they brought death into themselves because they didn't have patience, right? Okay, let's go back to that scripture. Finish it out.
Verse 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirsty, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
So it don't matter how wicked somebody else is to you.
Kill him
if it be possible, all right? You, like my brother just said, kill him with kindness. You still supposed to treat them with respect and dignity. And if there's one thing it's crazy. There's one thing that our people know how to do is no matter how terrible white people do us, we still find a way to love them. We still find a way to want to be with them, work for them, be with their women, right? We still getting killed out here every day in the streets. All these terrible things that happen to us, slavery, we still cool with them, right? If there's one thing that we are doing, at least we do that part. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as that sounds. Verse 21, this is the main one. Go.
Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
So we've seen now in multiple areas where these brothers erred. And we have to learn from this because there's an important lesson to be learned from this whole situation. No matter what harm or damage someone does to you, you cannot take vengeance. You taking vengeance and not allowing the Most High God to work on your behalf shows that you don't have faith. It shows that you don't have patience. Essentially means you don't really believe. Because there's no way, we've seen it in multiple places in the scriptures, that the Most High literally promises us that those who do harm to us, harm will come right back to them on his behalf and on his time, not on our time. Even for us being a slave. What this the scripture says in Romans, Those who kill with the sword shall be
Shall
slain
be
with
slain
the
with the
sword.
sword,
Those who, put those in captivity, they shall go into captivity.
Revelation
Right?
13 and 10.
Revelation 13 and 10, right? That's right there in the scriptures. These brothers didn't believe. And that's the biggest issue that we see here. That's all. I just wanted to bring that out, man.
I appreciate it, family. You've expounded my point exponentially. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26.
All right. Book of Ephesians.
But as we can see, though, no good came from this whoredom.
Nope.
I mean, obviously, Dinah, there's no way she lived with these brothers. She lived with Jacob, Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have knowledge?
Right. She knew what she was supposed to do. She chose to do the wrong thing.
Right.
She knew what could possibly happen.
Right.
But she was out of the spirit.
And then what happened with the brothers? They went at their wits' end, became extremely raw for a woman, and angered.
And let's be real about this for a second. Let's bring this to a real life scenario. All right. Let's take the scriptures out of it. Okay.
Never do that.
Well, I'm sorry, not still incorporating the scriptures, but we just looking at it from a different angle.
Yeah.
All right. Your wife goes out and cheats on you, bro. Who was the main one in sin? Was it the brother she cheated on you with, or was it her?
My wife.
Okay, because your wife she knew the law, right? She knew what she was supposed to do. She still chose to do contrary to what she knew to be correct.
Yeah.
Eve.
She got the instruction.
Right. Was Eve in sin, or was it the person who she was speaking to and she knows she wasn't supposed to, entertaining?
Right.
Right. So we have to look at it from that standpoint. That woman knew what she did wrong. It's too often that we will have a woman make a mistake, and instead of getting her together, chastising her, we are just always ready to hop on to the next thing. You know how many wars have been fought over women? If any of y'all have seen Troy, okay, there was a queen of Troy, right? Well, no, was it a queen of Troy? I believe no. She was a queen of another nation, and she went ahead and she cheated on her husband and laid with a man of Troy. Then, after laying with the man in Troy, gonna leave her homeland and escape to go and be a wife of Troy, and brought all type of damage and destruction to the city of Troy, all because of lust, because the son parents wanted her and she wanted him. I say all this to just bring it back to this one particular point. All right. The same way that we as men have to be held accountable, our women have to be held accountable too. So any sisters listening to this, okay, you have to still hold yourself accountable according to the scriptures. Because as you can see, you guys hold a lot of power over us. We will be willing to go to war. We will kill. We will do all type of stuff for you. So essentially, if you're going to call yourself a true sister in this truth, you're going to call yourself a true wife of a watchman, all right, you have to be on your P's and Q's the same way we have to be on our P's and Q's. Otherwise, you'll be a stumbling block for us.
I have nothing else to say. Dude, the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26.
All right. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Neither give place to the evil. Where does the evil start? It starts when you got angry in your mind. Oh, what? You play with my sister?
Are we supposed to be drunk with emotion?
No.
Are men supposed to be emotional in the truth?
Negative.
Because every time we're emotional, it leads to sin.
Sin.
Every single time.
Destruction. It's okay to be angry, it says, right? Be angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Hey, that's messed up, bro. Well, don't worry about it. Because guess who got you? The Lord, the Most High God, His Son, the Christ. And what we supposed to do? Bear our burdens to one another.
Right.
Allow your brothers to be there for you. Okay, man, dang, I can't believe this happened, man. But are you gonna nah, bro. I can't let that slide.
Right.
Nah, he dead.
And
He dead next time I see him.
And even with that, when you're bearing that with your brothers, they have to be brothers who are gonna stay in the spirit. You can't not be.
No, bro, you should go kill him, bro. Go handle that, bro.
A lot of times we see that even in our community.
Yep.
Something happened to one of us, the other one's like, oh yeah, it's done. Yo, what you want me to do? Let me handle that.
Yep.
A lot of y'all seen Baby Boy, right?
Of course.
Remember what happened with Jody and Yvette? The Snoop Dogg did what he did. First thing Jody's best friend was ready to do was go ham, ready to kill him, right? You and your brothers have to be sober-minded. You cannot be overtaken with wrath and anger. Anytime that emotions fill us, we lose sight of what we know is to be correct.
All right.
And that is how Satan gets us every time.
Every single time. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. Please and thank you.
All right. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the world. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
That's right.
See then that ye walk circumspectly.
Cautiously. You walk what?
Circumspectly.
That's right.
Not as fools.
Not as a fool.
But as wise. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
These days are evil. They was evil back then. You think they're not evil today? The kingdom of heaven ain't hit the earth yet.
Right.
It's a hard not life out here. My bad. Please continue. 17.
Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Don't be unwise. Don't marry those other nations. Don't make vows with them. Don't go and kill over anything. The Lord's already about to destroy this place.
Yep.
Complete fire destruction. And Lord's will, you'll be walking through that fire. Literally being changed. Romans 8 and 11 reference.
You will be vindicated at the end, brothers and sisters, but you have to endure and trust in the Most High God. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
Yeah, be filled with the Spirit, not the spirits. Book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 6, my friend.
Matthew 26 and verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman with an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman? For ye have wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
All praises to the Most High. I pray that we got some edification out of today's lesson. But one thing I want y'all to really realize, did any good come from these whoredoms? Did any good come from dealing with this other nation? Did any good come from the over, not conceptualize, the over, what's that? Over love?
Over love?
Over love, no, that's not the word. Just the
Spit it out.
Come on, man.
Take your time.
Come on, man.
What you trying to say, bro?
I'm trying to say the infatuation, the over infatuation with our sister, because we hold our sisters and our wives to extremely high regard, but we can't allow us to sin for that same purpose.
Exactly.
They are important to us, and we love them. We'll defend them to the day we die, but don't die because of them.
And don't be willing to disobey the Most High God for them. That's how we messed up. That's where Adam messed up.
All right.
Eve committed the sin by doing what she knew was wrong. But Adam, at the end of the day, that was his wife. He was supposed to set his house in order, and he did not do so. So therefore, she may have committed it, but he allowed it to enter into our world. All right? We cannot allow our love for women to deter us, to put us in sin. We're supposed to correct all women. We're supposed to make sure that they're strong the same way we are. Yes, we identify that, yeah, they are the weaker vessel. But if they're a weaker vessel, then that means they just need more reinforcement. So if you're not doing that as a husband, you're not doing that as a brother, that's a problem.
As well as our women. You know your strength.
Exactly.
Use it for good.
Right.
And with that, my brothers and sisters,
We say shalom.
shalom.